Hi everybody, it's Linnea here for ThermOWeb, and I have the cutest little Valentine lunchbox notes to share with you today. I'm going to be doing some stenciling and ink blending with Glitz Glitter Gel, and I'm also going to be using the Gina K Designs Gnome for the Holidays craft kit along with the Festive Fall add-on to create some adorable gnomes to go on top of my Valentine lunch notes. I'm showing you an easy way to mass produce these so that if instead of doing lunch notes, if you want to give them to all the kids in the class, you can do that too. I'm going to start here with the Tailored Expressions Half a Heart Layering Stencil Set. I think this is a really cute stencil set, and it's easy to pull together and even add a bit of glam with some Glitz Glitter Gel, or even if you wanted to use a transfer gel and add some foil or flock, that would be really fun. I wanted to show an easy way to mass produce this design. So I'm going to be using the whole stencil and cutting it up to create mini cards. I'm going to start by spraying all three of these layering stencils with pixie spray. You only need a light application. You don't want to add a lot of pixie spray because that could result in residue being left behind on your project. So just a light application, and then I'm going to tack this down onto a piece of cardstock. I cut my white cardstock to be slightly larger than the stencil, so it's about 6 1/4 by 6 1/4 square. I put my first stencil on, and then I'm just going to blend some light pink ink over this stencil. Then I'll replace or remove the first stencil, put in place the second stencil, and add some red ink. Then I'm going to remove the second stencil, add the third stencil. Lining it up is really easy. And this is where I'm going to add a bit of glam with my gold glitz glitter gel. I wanted to make sure that my backgrounds were very Valentine's Day-ish, and so I added that pink ink, that red ink, and I went back and forth between adding a pink glitz glitter gel, but in the end, gold is my favorite color of the glitz, and so that's what I went with. I'm just using my stencil pal to make sure I get an even application of that glitz glitter gel over that stencil, and then I'm going to scrape the excess back into the container so that I don't waste any of this product. Remember that as you're cleaning up, you want to take a baby wipe and wipe the rim of your Glitz Glitter Gel jar. That'll prevent any of the Glitz Glitter Gel from preventing a tight seal. I set that background aside to dry. That'll take about 30 minutes. And I went ahead and used both the Gina K Designs Gnome for the Holidays craft kit and the Festive Fall add-on to cut out a bunch of little pieces for my gnomes. I'm making 4 mini cards, so I needed enough pieces to make 4 gnomes. This little hat is from the Festive Fall add-on, and I'm using that coordinating stencil along with my gold glitz glitter gel to add some details. I'm going to use my stencil pal again and just add an even application of that gold glitz glitter gel, and that's going to give a little bit of character to these hats. I also die cut the hands and the apple pieces from the new set, the Festive Fall add-on, because I wanted to add a little apple to my gnome's hands. I love that there's little hands in this craft kit because it allows you to have those gnomes holding anything at all that you want. The beards, the body, and the hat and the nose are from the original Gina K Designs Gnome for the Holidays craft kit, and I cut all those pieces from various colors of cardstock. Let's go ahead and assemble one of these little gnomes. I like to use my tweezers because some of these pieces are small, and I find that tweezers help with placement so that my big fingers don't get in the way. I'm also using my iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive pen to add little dots of glue, and that allows me to shift my pieces around if I need to. So these little shoes, I didn't get them lined up quite right the first time, but because I'm using that liquid adhesive, I have just a minute to move them around. Then I'm going to add a line of adhesive at the top of the body and add the beard, and there are 2 beards, so you'll see 2 different gnomes. I'm going to add a line of that iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive at the top of the beard and add my hat in place. Then I like to tuck their little noses underneath the hat so it looks like their hat is kind of oversized and it's fallen down over their eyes and part of their nose. So I'm going to use my tweezers to help me do that and just tuck that little nose up underneath the brim of the hat. This took only a minute to do, so repeating this 3 additional times took me about 5 minutes to build all 4 gnomes. This is a great project that you could do while sitting in front of the television watching TV or a movie. And then all I have left to do is just add the apple and the little hands. Here's my background, all nice and dry. And I'm going to trim this down. I wanted to make mini Valentine lunch notes. So I'm going to be trimming this down. I'm trimming around the edges right now just to even up that design and kind of make it look more symmetrical. Then I'm going to cut this down to 2.5 inches square. So I'll be able to get 4 backgrounds out of that one stenciled piece. This is something that I love to do. I love to stencil a background with glitz glitter gel or with a transfer gel and foil, and then cut it up to get more out of your one background. This time I used that oversized piece of cardstock and stenciled the whole piece, and then I cut those down so I have enough for 4 mini cards. All of my gnomes are holding that little apple from the Festive Fall add-on set, so I wanted a sentiment that would kind of go along with that, but still have a Valentine's Day feel. So I chose the Tailored Expressions I Pick You stamp set, and I just stamped out the I Pick You sentiment 4 times onto strips of white cardstock. And here you can see how my cards are going to be assembled. I have that pretty stenciled piece, then I cut a piece of craft cardstock to be 2 3/4 inches square, and then my mini card is 3 inches square. So these are going to be perfect little lunchtime notes for Jax and for the rest of his class. I'm going to start assembling this card. I added the craft cardstock with iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive, and then I'm going to add my decorative piece with foam tape. Originally, I thought that I would use the thicker foam tape roll, which is 1/8 of an inch, but since I knew that I wanted to add some dimension behind the gnome as well, and I also have the apple popped up, I went with the 1/16 inch iCraft 3D foam tape. This is the perfect thickness for building and layering because you're not going to have a lot of bulk with that. I'm going to go ahead and just trim off the edge of this design and then add some more foam tape behind the sentiment and the gnome and put all these cards together. I hope that you've enjoyed this quick tutorial for these kids' Valentine lunch notes using the Gina K Designs Festive Fall add-on to create that little gnome. I think they're just super cute, and I love that little bit of glitz glitter gel in the background as well as on their hats. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you soon. Bye!